Mr. Hoyer, there's been a recent Washington Post article focusing on how long you have been the longest serving Democrat in the House of Representatives. Do you believe the amount of time, which is 39 to 40 years, you've spent in office helps your district? Why or why not?
Well, I absolutely think it helps our district. The reason it helps my district is because I think I learn more every year. Hopefully all of us do that. How to better do my job, to better understand the challenges that confront our county. My district is a very diverse district. We've got the shore, we've got St. Mary's County with a huge naval base in not only Pax River but St. Indigo's. Indian Head, over 3,000 people are dependent upon Indian Head, 24,000 or so dependent up or down. I've fought very hard, very successfully for those bases. We've had great victories in the base closure acts. I think I know better. The FBI building where we're trying to get in Prince George's County, which will be a huge benefit for FBI workers who work in St. Mary's County, because their commute will be a lot shorter. Metro, critically important to our region. I was very involved in funding that. I know what it needs. So I think that the fact that I'm the majority leader, not just that I've been there a long time, but I'm the majority leader, I like to think when I call up a member of the Appropriations Committee or any other committee, I schedule their bills, and I call them up, I say, you know, my district needs this, that, or the other, then it makes a difference. Experience does count if you have somebody who's learning and doing. And the voter will have to make that determination, obviously. Is Hoyer up to the job? You know, is he vigorous enough? Is he continuing to fight for us? We have a large number, over 60,000 federal employees. If you asked a federal employee, they would tell you who's the hardest fighter for federal employees in the Congress of the United States. The probability is they just say Steny Hoyer. And first of all, I've been there a long time, but B, they've seen me since my first day in Congress fighting for them. So I think the answer to that is emphatically yes. But the voter will ultimately make that judgment.
Okay. Mr. Palumbo, you have not served in public office before. Do you see this as a benefit to your district? Why or why not?
Yeah, while I have not served in political office, I do think it is a benefit to the citizens of the 5th District, though. Okay. I'm not a cookie-cutter politician, that's for sure. I have no corporate or no lobbyist obligations. I'm unbought. And if elected, I'll truly serve the constituents within our district. So I've been in the workforce, both in the public and private sectors, since I was the age of 15. And more recently, I've been a law enforcement officer for 5 years. I've been a mentor as a coach with our youth sports and ice hockey for nearly 12 years. I've been a self-taught web developer programmer for 8 years. I've taught for 2 years. So I've dabbled, I've been around and have a great wealth of experiences in different industries. And I think with those experiences, it's better understanding, it's having that recognition of some of the issues that we do have within our communities, within citizens in general, because of having a little bit more of a dynamic and unique background. And right now we have many career politicians that have spent their whole working life in the Washington, D.C. bubble, and they haven't had that perspective of being amongst their constituents and serving them for a long time. In Congressman Hoyer's case, I mean, he's been a professional politician since Lyndon B. Johnson was president. And not taking that from him, that's a great experience, but you know, we need to have somebody in there who is taking the time to listen to their constituents, and that's been the unfortunate thing that I've heard a lot is there's not outreach. There's been a lot of citizens that showed me letters that they've received from his office, and they're cookie cutter responses that they're not replying to their inquiries, and it's taking that time to get back to that standpoint, to listen to them, to hear their thoughts, not doing what's best for me, but best for the citizens, serving the people. And that's the unfortunate thing too. Congressional approval rating has been extremely low. And it's unfortunately no wonder. I mean, we have such divide and such congressional divisiveness that's going on right now. Nothing's getting done, and we're seeing it recently too. I mean, Congress they just came back from an extended recess to allow their members to go back and have additional time for campaigning. But meanwhile, we have a lot of we have a lot of citizens that need help right now. As I said, there's been some citizens that they weren't able to get the PPP loan program who need it very badly, and they could have easily gone in there and they had a skinny bill. It was proposed by 25 Republicans, 25 Democrats, that was stripped down to say, hey, let's support the PPP program. Let's get more funding to it. Let's help education to get infrastructure for broadband access. Let's help out those in the medical community who've been to make sure that they have the equipment they need too. And unfortunately, leadership on both sides rejected from even hearing that rank and file legislation. And it's infuriating because it's too much of the political partisanship where they're too busy worrying about who has leverage over the other party instead of doing what is best for the citizens. And again, as I said, while I don't have political experience, I haven't ran for office before, but I do think it's a time to get some fresh, invigorating representation in there, and one that wants to work for the people and do what's right for them.
Well said. Thank you.
Thank you.